certainly do brine. If you come back for the 4 o'clock demo, we're going to be doing what we like to call Dixie smoked turkeys. Get it? Dixie smoked turkeys. And we brine those overnight. We brine them for 24 hours. Who brines? Does anybody brine here? You guys brine. None of you guys brine? Does anybody know what a brine is? No, but what is a brine? That's the essence.
Salt water solution.
Yeah, does anybody make pickles? Who makes pickles? Okay, you brine. When you brine something, you are doing what we call a quick pickle. You are actually pickling what you're eating. You're introducing, you're going like a little scientific there, because of the salt content and the sugar content that you put in, you're forcing moisture out and moisture in at the same time. Osmosis, yes? Any other questions? All right, who's got an answer for me? On my barbecue trivia question. Come on, somebody take a guess.
Spain.
Spain. That was a good guess. What do they call it in Spain, by the way? Barbacoa. Close, but no cigar. Portugal. A little bit farther away, so less of a cigar. Where? Morocco. There is an argument to be made for that, but no. I'm going to give you another clue. Is anybody familiar with the cooking term? Well, it's actually not a cooking term, but it's a term that if you read many cookbooks, and especially food history books, you're probably familiar with, called the 5th quarter. The 5th quarter. Anybody know what I'm talking about? And no, I'm not talking about the bar over there on the east side. 5th quarter. Okay, here's yet another clue for you. In France, they call it charcuterie. Charcuterie. And I will tell you that the oldest recipes for charcuterie date back a little over 700 years. So, no cigar on that either. Alright, everybody gets up, right? So nobody wins. I'm going to have to go with Spain as the closest answer. The main reason that I'm going to give you Spain as the closest answer because it was a summer retreat for the men who ruled the empire that I'm about to tell you about. Get closer yet? Italy, exactamundo, Rome. The oldest recipe for barbecue dates back 1000 BC. Okay? 1,000 years before the Common Era. Okay? 1,000. And it was the art, and what I refer to the 5th quarter was a section of Rome that was formed. I don't know how many of you are students in history, but Rome was probably the hybrid for many of the modern European countries, and that on one hand they were socialized, on the other hand they were very much a capitalistic society. Where I'm talking about is socialized is that in Rome, if you were a Roman citizen, you never paid for food. You received a daily allotment of bread, you received a daily allotment of wine, a daily allotment of protein, and vegetables, yes? The rest of it you were on your own. The 5th quarter, the majority of the prime cuts of meat were reserved for nobility and the rich. The 5th quarter sprung up, and it is not too terribly far from where the Colosseum stands today. So if any of you have been to Italy, or if you plan on going, it's well worth asking your tour guide, because they still do tours. The 5th quarter was the section of Rome where the butchers are located, right? And the butchers in the 5th quarter specialized in what was called the lesser cuts of meat, and a word that some of you may or may not know, offal. O-F-F-A-L. Does anybody know what that means? You're nodding your head. You know what it means? Organ meats. Organ meats. Hearts, livers, kidneys, shanks, not necessarily an organ meat, but the lesser cuts of meat. And as a result of that, the butchers, who were also cooks, developed recipes for curing, i.e. charcuterie, which the French word charcuterie means the smoking and curing of pork. Over the years, it has sort of grown to where it encompasses all forms of meat. In Italy, it's still pretty much true for pork, although it is a French word. Barbecue, barbacoa, indeed, that's how barbecue ended up in Spain.